Hi my lovies, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be filming a video today. So it's going to be my top makeup products from the drugstore. I think I have a good array of products. I probably have more than 10 here. It was going to be initially 10, but it is a little bit more. I have done a few other videos like this in the past. I will try and link them down below. I'm going to mention a whole load of new products in this video because I don't want to keep repeating myself. I mean, you've seen those videos of me recommending those other products, so I thought I would switch it up and go for a couple of new ones here. The first thing I want to mention is a foundation. This is a foundation that is very near and dear to my heart. I've had like loads of foundations over the years and some that I love loads and loads, and if I recommend them to you before, I still do love them. But I feel like out of all the foundations I've tried in the last year, this is the one that kind of stands out to me. It's the one that I remember and it's the one that I always gravitate towards, and I wear this on nights out. That says a lot to me about a foundation if I'm wearing it on a night out, and it's the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1. I'm in the shade 855 Soft Honey. I picked this up when I was in New York during Christmas, like 9 months ago, and I'm still using it now. It's still the same bottle. This has stood the test of time, I will tell you that, guys. It's not heavy or cakey. You don't feel like you're wearing an awful lot of coverage, and it keeps my oils at bay. I have oily skin, and one of the biggest pet peeves for me is if I put a foundation on 2 hours later, I can see all my natural oils coming through. But this stops me from looking greasy and sweaty, holds up during the day and holds up at night as well, which is right up my alley, right what I look for in a foundation. I highly recommend this. If you haven't tried it already, definitely pick it up. I did compare this to the Max Factor one. I did buy the Max Factor one. I didn't like it as much. Apparently this is supposed to be a dupe or the same thing, same company. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it as much, so I'm gonna have to buy this online and get it shipped over. I know Ulta do sell it, so that's probably where I'll pick it up. It is amazing, and I think it's like $8, $9, something like that. You can't really be going wrong. This primer is actually one of my fail-safe primers. If anybody asks me what primer do you recommend, you know, my foundation slipping and sliding and falling off my face and I need something to keep it there, I will usually recommend this one, and it's the One Heck of a Blot from Soap and Glory. I love this. The other one I would recommend from the drugstore is the L'Oreal Blur Cream, but people just can't seem to get that, and every single time I mention it, people are like, where do you buy it? I often get it in Boots, but I don't know, people find a bit of a difficulty getting it, so this will be the next best thing to it. If not, like, they're on a par. This lip product is really, really cute right now, isn't it? Yeah, okay. But why does it keep getting all over my teeth? Every single time I like smile, there's more of it on my teeth. Ah, man. Getting back to the video on hand. This is amazing. It does say it has a shine blocker and it shrinks pores. I don't know about that. I don't think you can shrink your pores. I don't think there's anything that can shrink your pores. You're genetically designed to have them. And if you've bigger pores than other people, that's just the way you're supposed to be. There ain't no way of shrinking them. Believe me, I've tried. I have quite enlarged pores over my cheek area and nothing will shrink them. I've just learned to live with them and love them. This is really, really good at just like smoothing out the skin, and any foundation I place on top just looks amazing, and I highly recommend it. And it's like no, I'm telling a lie. It's about €11, so it is a little bit more pricey, like as drugstore does go, but it is worth it. I've mentioned the LA Girl Pro Concealers about a million, gazillion times, and the collection concealers, so you're sick of seeing them. This is another concealer that I don't talk about that often. I've been using a lot more higher end concealers lately, okay, I'm not gonna lie. But when I went back and revisited this one, I was so shocked, so surprised, and so happy. It's the True Match Concealer. Now, they have repackaged this recently, and it does look a little bit more like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, or it looks like the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer tube. It's very similar to that, but this is the old packaging. This is, again, one of those products that's like holy grail status for me. It's so inexpensive, and I just pop this underneath my eyes and it gives me so much coverage. Guys, wait till you see this. For a concealer for like €6-7, it gives you an unreal amount of coverage. Like, look at that. It is super full coverage, but it doesn't crease, and it kind of stays in place as well, so it doesn't get patchy or kind of go weird underneath my eyes, start separating or anything like that. It just looks magnificent on me, and I highly recommend it. Those of you who've never picked it up, like, so inexpensive. You really won't be breaking the bank with this, and you won't regret this purchase, I guarantee it. I need to mention a Wet n Wild product before we get like stuck in, because I think there's like 3 Wet n Wild products I need to mention in this video. I don't actually know what this is marketed as. I think it was marketed as a bronzer for some reason, and this is called Reserve Your Cabana, and I never understood the whole calling this a bronzer, because even though there are some very pale skinned people in the world, I really don't know if anybody's that pale to call this a bronzer. I don't know. I never used it as a bronzer. What I used it for was underneath my eyes to set my concealer. This is beautiful. Like, it is so amazing. What it does is it kind of sets the under eye area, but it illuminates them as well because it has that luminosity to it. For whatever reason, whatever way they wanted to formulate it as a bronzer, it kind of has an illumination to it. I don't know if you can see that there. Not too much. It's very, very subtle. It just gives the under eye areas kind of like a glow almost. I don't know how to explain it. It's really weird. I 100% recommend this product to you guys. It's so inexpensive, €3-4 euro. Wet n Wild is pretty easy to get here in Ireland. You can buy it in pennies. I know you can get it in Ulta in the States. See? Lipstick, teeth, everywhere. The next product is the NYX Glitter Primer. This is a weird one for me. I don't regularly talk about this product, but I feel like when I don't have this product, we've got issues. We really do. If I'm trying to apply a pigment to my eye, if I'm trying to apply like a shadow that I need to kind of pop to my eye, I instantly gravitate towards this, like instantly, without like a second thought. But I never recommend it to you guys, or I never talk about it. It's really, really weird. But I do love this, and I highly recommend it to those of you who use an awful lot of pigments or loose products on the eye. It is amazing. It is one of those products that I feel like without it, I don't know how do I get my pigments to stick to my eyes? I don't know. I don't remember how I used to do it before I had this. I've recently been introduced to the glitter glue from Too Faced, and in my opinion, these products are very similar. This is like a €30 product, and this is a tenner. This mascara is holy grail status for me now, guys. There is no going back from this product. The second I put this on my eyelashes, I was like, yes, there are my eyelashes. I've been wondering where they were my whole life, and now they're here in my face, on my eyes. And it's the Rockouture Extreme Volume Mascara from Catrice. Catrice is one of those makeup brands that's been around since I was a young teen. And I always overlooked it because I always said, oh, that's that affordable brand. You know, it has lovely eyeshadows, they have lovely bronzers, lovely this, that, and the other. And I just never really kind of paid too much attention to how amazing the products actually were. And even with this mascara, I don't give it enough credit, and it is one of the best mascaras. I guarantee it. If you have stumpy short lashes, put this on your lashes and they just, I don't know where they come from. They come from somewhere that I never knew I had eyelashes, and they just like grow or something. The second I put this on, this tube is actually almost gone, and I'm pretty devil with it. Please, Catrice, please, I beg of you. You have an awful habit of discontinuing products. Do not discontinue this mascara, because it is the best mascara that's ever been around, ever on the planet. And I love it. I love it so much, guys. Go and pick up a tube of this if you haven't tried it already. I don't know if it's out in the States yet. I feel like it's on its way there. You might have it by Christmas. This came out around April here in Ireland. I want to talk about highlighters. I feel like highlighters are awful in the drugstore, and that's no shade to any drugstore brands with their highlighters. I just don't like them. I have yet to find a highlighter that pops on my skin that I am in love with that costs less than €5. It just doesn't happen. There's about 2, maybe 3 max highlighters that I like, and I think the majority are from this brand, and it is Wet n Wild. I'm going to mention 2 of their highlighters. I have this one here called Boozy Brunch. You guys are sick of this, I'm sure. And the other one is this one here called Precious Petals. Every single drugstore brand needs to follow in the shoes of Wet n Wild when it comes to highlighters, because they just really know how to formulate them. That is Boozy Brunch, and it's just magnificent. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can actually see that in the back of my hand. It's probably a bit difficult, but it just is beautiful. It looks a bit funky in the pan, like there's like pink and brown going on in it, but once you apply it to your cheekbones, that goes away. Precious Petals is a little bit more of a pink gold, whereas Boozy Brunch is more of a yellow gold. This is super, like, actually I would call this a rose gold Precious Petals. The formula of both these highlighters is amazing. They're not drying, they're not choppy, they're not patchy, they don't cling to texture, they don't look glittery on my cheekbones. They just are so buttery and creamy and smooth on my face that they just look almost natural. Well, like, I mean, you can't have a natural looking highlighter, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just, your skin is glowing from within. These are just the best highlighters from the drugstore, and I really wish that the drugstore had more amazing highlighters like these. Brow products for me are impossible to get right in the drugstore. I like the NYX Brow Wonder Brow or Micro Brow Pencil. I love that. But this is a product that I don't think I've ever mentioned before, and it's from Tam Beauty, and it's Freedom. The soft pomade. It's is what it's called. So that's what it looks like. This is amazing. I'm all about my Brow, and the only reason I pick up Brow a little bit more than I pick this up is because this doesn't have a brush, and I have to go like rooting through all my brushes, which are filthy and some of them are clean, and I don't have the right brush for this all the time, so therefore I don't pick it up as often. But if I got my life together and actually washed my brushes as regularly as I should be, then I would probably use this a bit more. This pomade is incredible. It makes your brows look amazing, and it's super inexpensive. This is actually recommended to me by a subscriber, and I'm so glad that she did recommend it to me because I've been using it so much lately, and I know I get requests quite a lot from you guys asking about affordable or drugstore brow products because you find that there's not that many on the market, and this is the one that I would recommend. And the NYX ones, I quite like them too. The Tame & Frame, I have an itchy lip. The Tame & Frame I used to like a little bit more than I do now, but I feel like the Freedom one is where it's at, and the Micro Brow from NYX. Great options. When it comes to lip liners from the drugstore, I feel like NYX just blow everybody else out of the water. They have the best lip liners. I do like Essence's lip liners, but I feel like there's maybe only 2, possibly 3 lip liners that I'm crazy about, whereas NYX have hundreds of lip liners. They have so many different ones. There's so much color and variation. My favorite one is this one here, as you can see, because it's a lot more dinkier than the rest of them. It's gotten well loved, and this is mauve. In my opinion, this is a dupe for Max World. This is incredible. My favorite lip liner out of the bunch. There's so many in the collection. There's just tons. Like, there's something for every single type of lip that you want to achieve, you know, whether it be from the very dark to the very neutral to the very nude. There is something for everyone. They're so creamy. They're really easy to use. They come in tons of different colors, like I already stated, and I love the way the colors are on the end, so you can kind of see them when you have them in your storage or in your, wherever you keep your pencils, lip pencils, and they're like a $5 each, and you just really can't go wrong. I have so many backups of that mauve one, like it's just holy grail. Holy grail. I want to mention eyeshadow palettes. So I think eyeshadow palettes are quite tricky to get right in the drugstore. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like anytime I go into the drugstore to pick up something from eyeshadows, I usually am disappointed, and the pigmentation's never that amazing, and that is no shade again to any of the drugstore products that maybe you like on your eyes, you know, whatever, you do you, boo. But these are some of the eyeshadows that I do like, and they're from Makeup Revolution. Okay, now I know this is like a total rip-off of the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour, or Shade and Light Eye Palette rather, and this is so like the Sweet Peach one. It is not human. I did videos on both of these comparing them to the originals, but I can't deny that the quality of these eyeshadows is pretty decent. And we don't all have €50 to go and spend on an eyeshadow palette. So let's be real. Sometimes these makeup companies do help a girl and a guy out, and they give us a little bit more affordability. I've used my fair share of eyeshadows over the years, and these are pretty good quality. Like, I am pretty impressed with them, especially for the price. And you want to pick up something eyeshadow wise, but you don't want to break the bank, then I highly recommend trying out Makeup Revolution's eyeshadows. Okay, this is going to be the quickest mention of this ever, because I know I've mentioned it tons of times before, but maybe some people haven't seen my videos before. But I just want to quickly mention the Essence Liquid Ink Liner. I love this. It's holy grail. Just go and buy it. I have nothing more to say about this. This is the best, most incredible, most pigmented, blackest liquid liner on the planet, on the face of the earth. I adore it, and I'm not going to say anything else about it. Just buy it and check it out. It's $2.50 or €3. It'll change your life. Game changer for me. I have nothing else to say. I'll just say so. My final product that I'm going to be talking about is actually a contour product. And I love my contouring. I mean, you love your contouring. Everybody in the world loves their contouring. I feel like contouring is the best thing since sliced bread. It just changes up your face, and it just makes your face look different. I just love it. But I don't like too difficult contour product to use, and this one's perfect for me. This is again from Wet n Wild. This is, I think, caramel, what one's this called? Caramel Toffee. I also have Dulce de Leche. Dulce de Leche is my favorite one. I couldn't actually find it in my storage. I don't know where it is. It could be in like a makeup bag or something somewhere. But these contour shades, guys, they're just like bomb. Like, they really are. They're so pigmented, but blends out quite well. Like, it's not going to be a patchy, more difficult product to blend out in the skin. It just blends away and leaves you with no harsh lines. And I do love the highlighter portion of it as well for placing underneath the eyes. They can have a tiny bit of fallout, like you have to be really careful with them. Like I'm just going to show you by dipping a brush like this is the type of brush that I would use normally to contour with. When I do this with my brush, I can actually see the powder building up on it. I don't know if that's evident on camera. So it is kind of a bit powdery. Just don't go ham with this product. That is one of the things I will recommend with this. Don't go crazy with it because you'll be left with way too much product on the cheeks and just be impossible to blend it out. A little bit of it goes a long way. Believe me, I have learned from my own mistakes. Sorry guys if you were expecting any lip products today. I didn't mention any because I just feel like every makeup brand from the drugstore has pretty decent lip products. I know like Rimmel have great ones, Maybelline's lipsticks I love as well, Wet n Wild, I love NYX. You know, I just feel like there's so much variety and there's actually really good lipsticks. So I didn't mention any because I liked so many, but I feel like things like foundation and like contours and stuff, they're kind of like the hidden ones that you're not really sure about, and just things that maybe you guys hadn't thought about picking up before, and I just said I would mention them. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you would like to see another kind of drugstore inspired video, let me know. This makeup tutorial might be up already. It's not really going with the theme of drugstore because this is my most expensive makeup tutorial ever. So I'm using the most expensive makeup products all in my face at one time. Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what your holy grail drugstore product is. I would love to know. So maybe I might pick it up and check it out for myself. I will talk to you guys all in my next video. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye guys!